Hey everyone, how's it going? I am Zericon. It came to my attention that Madden 2019 is coming out next month, and I realized that now is a good time to talk about this. Now, you work hard for your money, and only you can decide how that money will be spent. With that being said, do not buy Madden. EA has been doing a lot of anti consumer stuff, and buying Madden or any of their other games funds their company and enables them to continue their shady business practices. Sure, the protests against Battlefront 2 hit them hard. Not hard enough to make them renounce their ways or remove features like the packs in FIFA and Madden, but hard enough to sting them. Now, you can say,
But Xanarcon, I don't buy the packs or any microtransactions. I just buy the game itself. If I don't buy the microtransactions, I'm not supporting that practice.
that's where you're wrong. If you buy the game itself, you have already given them your seal of approval. You might not buy the packs, but you have given them funding to make another game with the same business model as the current one you just bought. They have the $60 you shelled out, and anything else is merely a bonus.
But Xanarcon, I'm a huge fan of the series. I can't not buy it.
Again, that's not true. You can. It's as simple as not buying it. Allow me to show you what this means with a few personal examples. I love Star Wars, and even though I was initially reluctant when getting into the series, which is a story for another time, I grew to enjoy the many forms of media that it had to offer, from the films to novels to comics and video games. That being said, I am not going to allow my love for Star Wars to blind me. So I didn't feel like giving them my money for certain entries. I didn't go see Solo. I didn't buy either of EA's Battlefronts, and I won't see any future Star Wars films. Here's another example. I love the Teen Titans series that was in Cartoon Network from 2003, and was excited to hear that we will be getting a season 6 that brings the series to a complete finish, similar to Samurai Jack. However, I've heard reports that this will only happen if the Teen Titans Go film gets enough support. I need to verify if this is true or not, but if it is, I despise Warner Brothers for doing this. Baiting Teen Titans fans with a season 6 just so they can get revenue for a film based off a trash series that no one wanted is scummy. I will not go pay to see this film, even though I would love to see a season 6. And lastly, Nintendo. As much as I love this company, I will not pay for online services from them. I do not care if it's only $20. I wouldn't care if it was $5. $1 a year would be $1 too much. That's why I will only play online on PC where it's free, like it should be. Alright, let's get back on track. Oh yes, I was saying that you can simply refuse to buy a game.
But Xanarcon, wait.
Oh great, what do you want this time?
If I don't buy this game, I'll be missing out on a really great game.
Funny you should mention that. I have a friend who tells me that I am missing out on, and I quote, a lot of great games because I refuse to buy them for having microtransactions or loot boxes. Now, I could be missing out on some great gameplay experiences, but here's how I see it. I have an NES, SNES, N64, PS1, GameCube, Wii U, which gives me access to Wii games, and PC. Plus, I'll have access to 15 plus Switch games once I actually get one. Given the fact that I have a large backlog of games, I don't think I will have a problem with finding something to play. Besides, there have been great games that I've missed out on before. I didn't play Ocarina of Time until 2015. Didn't play Portal until recently. Didn't play Half-Life until recently. I just started Skyrim and Stardew Valley. Never played Super Mario 64. Never played Halo. Haven't played Shovel Knight. Played Star Wars Battlefront 2 Classic for the first time a few weeks ago. You get my point? Also, the games that were argued are great were only deemed great because of their AAA status. Now, I can enjoy AAA games, but with continuously bad practices, broken and bugged entries at launch, and a AAA price tag, it shows me more of how great, if not better, AA and indie games are and can be. Battlefront 5 will have cosmetic microtransactions even though there's a premium price tag. Take a look at Monster Hunter, barring the Palico costume purchases in World. You get free updates every month featuring new content and quests. Anthem will most likely have some form of cut content in the form of DLC or microtransactions. Stardew Valley is a complete game, and any new content, like the multiplayer feature that's in beta, are completely free. Saying these games are great because of their large budget or dismissing other games because of their low budget is a mistake and a disservice to yourself. There are great indie games out there, but there is such a thing as subjective taste, so they all might not suit you. Getting back to EA Sports games, is there any reason to buy them every year? You're paying $60, not including packs, for a similar game that has few changes from the previous installment. They're sports games. What could possibly be a big change?
But Zaracon, what about all your Nintendo games like Mario, Zelda, and Metroid?
Well, that argument isn't valid. First off, the only series of the trio that comes out annually is Mario, and that's a bit debatable. I went to Wikipedia to see all the games that have Mario, and Mario has been in at least one game since 1981 when he debuted. Holy crap. However, the genre hasn't been consistent. Mario has been in 2D platformers, 3D platformers, RPGs, party games, racing games, sports games, fighting games, puzzle games, etc., etc. You aren't getting the exact same thing every year. Sure, the Super Mario series has gone stale and repetitive over the years, and as of late, the RPGs really haven't been that great either. But Nintendo has found ways to freshen up the series. Zelda doesn't have too much support for you either. Unlike Mario, even though there are entries on every platform, there aren't any annual titles. The games also have enough differences to not be too similar to the previous entry. Zelda 2 isn't Zelda. Link to the Past isn't Zelda 2. Ocarina of Time isn't Link to the Past. Majora's Mask isn't Ocarina of Time. And this goes on and on. Of course, there are the handheld games, but I haven't played too much of those. I will give you the Oracle games, though. They are essentially the same. As for Metroid, it's another series with a similar stance. Metroid games skip a console every 2 systems, or so my theory goes, and has been supported with Metroid Prime 4 coming to Switch after skipping the Wii U. That's all been for various reasons, of course. There are also gaps between titles. Look at the gap between Other M and that one game. Heck, Metroid Samus Returns came out last year, and Prime 4 will come out in late 2019 if we're lucky. Metroid entries also have new mechanics not featured in previous entries depending on the type, first and third person. And of course, there's also the lore for the Metroid games, so the story is, something new. To top all this off, I do not own all the games for any of these series. For Mario, there are just way too many titles, and to be honest, the only games from the franchise that interest me are the Super Mario games. And even then, I only own roughly a third of them. Zelda games are a step up, but I don't bother too much with the handheld entries, and I skip the Wii games because, well, motion control. As for Metroid, there is only one game I don't own. And do you want to guess what that game is? Yeah, it's that one. I don't allow my love of these series to make me buy every new entry. To conclude this essay, I guess, of mine, I would like to make one plea if you do still plan to buy EA's games. Buy them pre-owned. Yes, you aren't guaranteed the condition of how the owners use them. There might be some missing stuff like a game case or instruction booklet. Oh, wait, I forgot those were axed. But the important thing is that EA will not be getting your money, at least if you don't buy microtransactions or DLC. You can play your game to your heart's content, and they won't earn a dime from it. Those are my thoughts about it, though. Let me know what yours are below, and maybe we can get a nice discussion going. But until next time, everyone, I am Zaracon signing off. Have a good one.